Hello, everybody. It's Simon here. It's Laura.
Hello.
Husband and wife sentenced to life. Same clothes on as last time because we're recording it straight after.
Yeah.
So the weather's the same as the last one. The time is just 40 minutes later.
What was it Richard Herring says? Last week's audience. You're better than last week's audience.
Listen to you.
Yay!
First of all, let's get straight in talking about London.
Welcome to London. £8 for a coffee, spending 50 quid every time you walk out the house. Black bogies from the tube, 4-hour daily school runs, idiots on bikes, maniacs on scooters, tossers in Teslas, urban foxes bloody everywhere, and not a pot to piss in. Welcome to London.
Yes.
What I want to talk about with London, you've spoiled the surprise on this because you got an email about some money.
I check my bank account quite a lot because money is tight.
Isn't that funny? Because I do exactly the opposite. I don't look at my bank account because I'm terrified of what I might.
So anyway, I'm checking through I check regularly my bank statements. Then I'm sat on the loo actually, and I'm like, hey, money in? Where's that come from? Money just doesn't go in your bank. Like, what's that?
Camden NLC or something.
What the hell? Like I was thinking, is there a show that we got refunds for? And I couldn't work it out.
And as soon as you went £65, and I'm like, oh, gutted.
Yeah, so.
And you mocked me for this at the time.
Yeah. Oh, did I?
I think you did. People can listen back. It was on the podcast. I have written some emails recently. One of them was to Camden Council because I'd got all them fines.
Yeah.
Google Maps had sent me down a road that you're not allowed to drive down after, I think it's 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just sent them a letter and I'm like, look, just moved back to England, living in London for the first time, driving in London for the first time. I have driven down, it's sent me down this road several times. I don't know when I've been down it and when I haven't. Please bear in mind, I'm poor and I've done it by mistake.
Yeah.
From this date on, please bear in mind, I didn't know. I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I've learnt my lesson. Anyway, a week or two ago, I got the email.
Yeah.
And they said, look, what we're going to do is we're going to charge you for the first one.
Yeah.
But everyone subsequently will send you the money back.
Doesn't it show you that sometimes people come good?
I stand by letter writing because I don't think a lot of people do it. It wasn't a complaint letter.
No.
It was a letter just explaining my situation. I never in a million years thought I was going to get it back, but I thought, I'm just going to point it out.
Yeah.
It disappeared almost as quickly as it came back in, obviously.
Yes, it did.
Now let's move on to another bit of London.
A bit more local.
We've mentioned this very recently, that we joined the neighbourhood WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I mean, at the time I remember saying I didn't want to go on it, but I'm on it.
So since we've been in ours, it's been of no positive benefit whatsoever.
And there's no time etiquette. Like, it could be 5 o'clock in the morning or...
There's one woman...
1 o'clock at night.
Who is the group cunt. Everybody on this street must hate that woman. Right?
I don't know. There's a few.
Yeah, but there's one in particular. I think she's the leader, whatever it's called, admin. Right?
Yeah.
And she's the one who's got no etiquette when it comes to what time to post. And she'll post inane shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And she'll keep conversations going that don't need to be kept going on there.
Yeah.
And again, every time it dings now, I've been on the verge of leaving, but I kind of feel like one time it might be handy.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a nighttime one, we just both look at each other like, bastards.
But this one that we're going to talk about was about 10 o'clock at night that he started coming in. Sorry, I have to post this. Then she puts a picture up.
What was the picture of?
A man having a wee in like the corner of, I don't know, like a courtyard, like a concrete courtyard. Not courtyard, that sounds too posh.
Top of our road, there's about 2-3 garages.
Yeah.
Little garage block. And beside that, there's space for probably 2 cars.
Yeah.
So it's basically the house next to it is an office underneath. It's a work premises, but it's in a normal house, and then above it it's a flat.
And it's not like it's ugly concrete. It's like that concrete that nobody. Yeah, you just don't go on it. It's just. But there was a man, so he's gone in between the garages and the wall. So at the corner.
Yeah.
And had a pee at night.
Yeah. late on.
Yeah.
He's not doing public indecency.
Yeah, you can't see anything. You can't even see his bottom.
Now, obviously, I'm a strong advocate of the outdoor wee.
Well, yeah, if you've got
I don't do it for fun, but
Yeah.
if you've got to do it, by the way, you've been there, I've been there, it happens.
Yeah. I thought, well, all respect to him. At least he's gone in a corner where it's
Yeah.
dark. People are doing this in the back of my flat on the corner of X Road and X Road. And they keep coming in. So I warned the person I'm taking a photograph and he ignored me.
So she said out the window.
Yep. Oi,
to a
you.
If you're in that situation, you're busting for a wee,
Yeah.
nobody wants to be doing it.
No.
So the last thing you want in that situation is to be disturbed and somebody says something to you.
If you're already halfway through and someone...
What are you going to do?
Yeah. My 2 young children also saw this fantastic view from the bedroom window. I mean, were they at 10 o'clock at night? Were her kids looking out of the window, or is she
Yeah. and
using their kids as...
no offence, the view from that window's not great.
No.
The kids aren't looking out the window at the starry night
There's
or
nothing
the
to
rolling
see.
hills.
The
It just looks down our road full of terraced houses. It doesn't look at anything.
Yeah, and the view she's on about is 2 walls. I'm so upset, honestly, because people are using this as a public toilet and there's nothing I can do about it other than shouting out to the window if I see them. We're used to having other things as well that I've literally had to pick up because I could not stand looking at it. By that, I'm assuming she's meaning poo.
I think there's a poo emoji on the end of it.
Oh, was there?
Right. If I saw a dog shit across this road on the opposite side, which is that's how far she's seen it from.
Yeah.
So if I'm in our
Yeah.
bedroom window and I looked across the road and saw a dog shit on pavement, absolutely nothing on earth would make me go out. I don't like picking our dog shit up.
No.
Nothing on earth is making me go across the road and pick a dog shit up. But she's going out onto someone else's property.
On an area where I have never seen a person.
I've never seen anybody look out that window either, by the
No,
way.
it's disgusting. Opposite there the other night was a guy peeing all over the green phone exchange thing. I tut. But at night it's not easy to intervene.
Why is it bothering you so much?
Yeah.
Dogs piss everywhere.
Yeah.
So don't think that...
As do foxes.
When I take Charlie up the road here, he's indiscriminate. He pisses against everybody's gate, against everybody's wall, and every other dog does, right? You can't stop him.
Yeah.
When you go into a stairwell in a car park and it stinks of piss, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I have never walked up this road and smelt wee.
No, because the stairwell's inside, so the rain can't wash it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're in a country where it rains at least 4 days a week, and you can't smell it anyway.
Nah.
And if it's not humans doing it, every animal walking past is doing it.
Yeah.
Wind your fucking neck in.
The office downstairs has their massive motion sensor lights on for this reason, and it still doesn't help. Then she's on about getting a no entry sign.
Well, there's a chain,
She's
right? It's actually happened, this, hasn't it? Since these messages.
the next couple of days, she's obviously ordered a no entry sign from Amazon.
She put the sign. She goes, I'm going to get a no entry sign. And then, just in case we don't know what a no entry sign looks like, she puts a picture and puts this one. And it's a picture of the man, the black silhouette, with the line through
Yep,
it, the,
yep.
the no entry sign. And
Then-
it says no entry.
No, but then it's how do I put this up?
Yeah, but where do I put it?
That's not stopping someone. If they need a pee and they see that corner, is like
The chain is about a foot high.
people were saying, what about getting some, you've called it bouncy piss paint.
Well, this was genuine.
Yeah.
And you can Google this. It's a real thing. Because by the way, this is all happening post 10 p.m. now.
Yeah.
So between 10 p.m. and maybe midnight, maybe later, the fucking do-gooders round here all coming up with suggestions and then all saying, is that real?
And we were pissing ourselves
Yeah.
laughing.
So they're suggesting bouncy piss paint, which is, that's not the brand name. You paint it on.
Yeah.
When you do a wee, it makes the wee bouncier.
So you know what I thought it was once we hit it, the paint splattered back at you.
Oh, maybe it is. Well, no, I mean, the picture would suggest it bounces it back onto you, but that would be even better. Like that
So
old
they-
urban myth about swimming
Swimming
pools,
pool, yeah.
where if you have a wee, all red comes out, and everyone knows you've had a wee.
But it
And
was
by the way,
blew in my pool apparently.
in the 80s, when that rumour began,
yeah.
that put the fear of God. I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think kids stopped doing it,
No.
but every kid who ever did it from then on looked down and watched
Yes,
the first
they
bit
did.
come out.
Yeah, of course you did.
You
yeah.
know.
Well, I'm imagining this like luminous green paint hitting.
Well, imagine if it did work like that and you've got a Jackson Pollock all over your
Yeah.
legs.
I mean,
Fair enough.
yeah.
And I'm all for that because that's banter value.
Yeah.
Like if I was walking up the street and saw a man with fluorescent splatters on his legs, I'd be like, cheeky boy. I wouldn't want to get him arrested.
Come on now. Like, you.
There's stuff happening around here. Somebody had a motorbike nicked up. We mentioned it. A couple of doors down from us. And that's why I'm on that group.
Yeah.
And we got cameras out the front here. I'm happy if there's a problem around here, I'm happy to give them the footage, whatever. Mm-hmm. But this little inane bullshit. If I was walking past there with Betsy Pearl, who's my daughter, and I would protect her at all costs, and if it was a flasher, it'd be a different story altogether. But if I was walking past and there was a man having a piss, I'd knock her and go, hello.
Yeah.
And we'd have a laugh about it.
Yeah.
Just nature.
Yeah. I mean,
that girl's had to watch me piss in the car.
yeah. And if you see someone in the forest and you can see that they're having a pee, you sympathise with them.
And I'll go out of my way to not look, to walk in another direction.
We've all had to do it.
Because I know I'm that man.
Yeah.
I'm that man.
Honestly, find something else. Like, stop whinging about...
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, but...
I think the 3-word phrase is, get a life. Get a life. Isn't it?
Totally.
You boring fucking... Get a life.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in the world. Put that energy into that.
Yeah.
Let's move on
Yeah.
to sexy talk.
Okay.
How often should we be having sex? Every how many days?
Every other.
Fucking hell.
What?
You're not even kidding, though.
No, why not?
I got a full diary. Are you not saying that for podcast effect? You think...
Come on, there was a time when we did it every day.
Yeah.
Why does that have to stop?
I thought you were going to be reasonable.
That is reasonable.
I thought you were going to be...
That's
right.
3 to 4 times a week.
This is gold. Right? There's going to be people in relationships going...
You and I haven't lost our chemistry between each other.
No, of course
we haven't.
not.
No. We're more in love now than we were at the beginning.
I know for a fact, anybody who's listening around our age, at least one person in every relationship's going, every other day you're off your fucking head.
People texting you going, you're a lucky man.
There is that. Nice to know it's on tap. But I got some Chinese medicine, Chinese science.
Let me ask you that question then.
Well,
no, go on.
Let me read the stat.
How often do you think?
Let me read the stat first and then I'll answer you.
Okay.
A Chinese medicine expert has shared how much sex you need to stay healthy according to your age.
Right.
So basically, if you're not having enough sex or just enough orgasms, you're apparently missing out on health benefits.
Right.
Now, I didn't ask you how many...
No.
Right, okay, let's move on.
That will be less.
Moving on. Ancient Chinese physicians believed that women were more likely to experience greater sexual frustration since they were subject to different societal norms and may not have felt as permitted to express themselves sexually compared to men. That's changed. I think it's a level playing field now.
I don't know if it is, but go on.
What? Hold on.
I don't mean in our relationship.
I was going to say, because in our relationship, are you saying that you don't express yourself sexually as much as me?
Now, what I will say is when I do express myself, I don't always get what I want. I mean, I don't always...
There aren't enough days in the week.
Whereas when you express it, you get what you want.
No, that's because I don't always express it when it's in my mind.
Wow.
Right? None of us should be hiding away from having sufficient, it says in parentheses, sufficient amounts of sex, according to Chinese medicine.
Okay.
There is a specific sexology text named Su Nu Jing that recommends how often you should be having an orgasm according to your age. So let's just call it having sex. Right?
Okay.
How often do you think you should be having sex when you're 20 years old?
I'm going to say that's every day.
Every 4 days.
No.
30 years old?
3 days.
Every 8 days.
Oh, come off it.
Now we're moving into our territory, right? I don't mean our territory with the days, I mean our territory with age.
Age.
40-year-old every 16 days, 50 years old every 21 days. So let's split the difference. Every 19 days.
2.5 weeks.
It's basically saying roughly every 19 or 20 days you should be having sex.
Right.
Your opinion is every other day.
Yeah.
That's every 2 days, you're saying.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what roughly on average our real figure is?
Have you been keeping a tally chart?
I have a diary.
Oh, gosh. I think I could guess.
Go on, what would you guess?
A couple of times a week.
Right, that's every 3 to 4 days. Mm-hmm. So we're doing it pretty much more than they say a 20-year-old should be,
Okay.
when in fact we should be doing it once every 3 weeks.
That, yeah, says who.
To sum up, stop fucking complaining.
No.
Oh, God. Seriously,
What?
again, there'll be people our age.
Yeah, but you've just said
There'll be people in marriages as
health
well.
benefits. And doesn't it help
Oh, look, I'm not complaining.
help men's
But
cancer
listen,
as well?
we're doing it 3 to 4 times as much as we should be, according to science.
Look,
And you're still complaining.
I don't complain. It's fun.
It is fun. But there's a lot of things that are fun that you shouldn't do all the time. I like a chippy tea.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that every other day.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that would mess me heart up.
you could though.
Basically, what I'm saying is,
Be thankful.
but come on.
Perhaps I'll put it on the neighbourhood watch group. How many times
Yeah.
should the
Well,
average
don't,
person...
because that she'd probably let us know.
Yeah, she would.
That's good news, though, isn't it? Don't you not feel good about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're doing it slightly less than you want to, but way more than the average people. Definitely the average people our age.
He's not saying that's the average people have. He's
Well,
saying
but
that's the
right.
recommended average. Okay.
So we're in a good place.
We are. Me and you are. Our life around it isn't that great at the minute, but
Yeah. That wraps up sexy talk. How do you feel about that? You disappointed? You happy? You're all right? You good? You should feel good about it.
I feel great.
Because normally I get the feeling that you're not, that you're angry that it's not every other day.
Yeah, it's good.
You want to do What's the Ick? This has been brought on by a board game you bought the kids this Christmas.
Yes.
Describe.
Well, ick is a word that's...
It's just gone trendy this last
Yeah.
couple of years.
I don't know what an alternative would be for it.
Well, cringe.
Yeah, cringe.
It's what makes you cringe.
Everybody has it where something gives them the ick. Something makes them cringe.
Well, we found out from playing the board game that our kids have it a heck of a lot.
Yeah. I think-
Over everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we said they're never going to get in a relationship. If that amount of stuff makes you cringe about somebody.
And we have talked about in the past different things that have given it, like I was saying about people biting their fingernails really gives me the ick.
Yeah.
Things like that. But
it's amazing. Things that, relationship stuff that give you the ick when you were younger.
yeah.
If you'd have said to me about the amount of dirty underwear I would see in my life, once you're married, it's everywhere. You see mine, I see yours. I don't want to go into too much graphic detail. It happens. We're all adults.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I was younger when it wasn't a thing that was spread throughout my house. The thought of it would have probably made me gip.
Was that you?
I hope the mic picked that up. My stomach's saying, you still don't like it, Simon. I don't give a shit now.
Yeah, and I think in a relationship, unless you don't particularly like your partner, where things actually probably increase.
That's when it becomes... Isn't it weird? Because the stuff that I put up with you,
Yeah.
and I've said there are things I find cute about you.
Yeah.
Your incessant breaking wind loudly I find it endearing now. Maybe I just reached a point where I'm like, well,
Give
it's
up.
not going away. It's not going away.
No, well,
Like it or lump
no,
it.
but I think when that happens, when things that your partner does just constantly annoy you, then it's time to get out of the relationship.
Yeah, things that give you the... So we're going to start doing this? We're going to start bringing this to the pod?
Yeah, because we were both watching a program last night. We were watching The Doghouse, which is a fun program. I think even if you're not that into dogs, it's a cute...
It's the dog version of The Repair Shop.
Yeah.
It's emotional telling. I'll tell you what did piss me off. There was a trigger warning at the beginning. This is a thing that's only happened over the last few years where everyone is such fucking snowflakes. And I hate saying that because then I seem like, look, I'm a snowflake about a lot of things. I'm woke, I'm liberal, I'm all of that bullshit.
And we're emotional watching programs.
I love it. I'm only watching The Doghouse. I'm not watching it for the fucking dogs. I'm watching it for the emotion.
Yeah.
I watched one day for the
The
emotion.
backstories. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're putting The Doghouse on for the first time, you've seen the thing at the beginning. It's about a dog rescue place where they rehome dogs.
Yeah.
If you're watching that and thinking this is not going to have emotions involved in it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And what happens if they don't put the trigger warning on?
Oh,
Can people
of course they
complain to
will.
Ofcom?
Yes.
Wankers.
Honestly, that's what we're saying. It's people like that woman talking about the pee. It's just,
Yeah.
ugh.
So go on.
So we were watching it and we both had the same reaction. There was this one couple and they were so annoying. They talked about their dogs like they were kids. And
Well, they literally said it.
yeah, oh, you know, our little boy.
Yeah. Well, he is like our child.
Yeah, you know, mummy and daddy, come to mummy and daddy.
She's a real mummy's
Oh,
girl.
yeah,
If
it's
mummy's not around.
So attached to us. But then people around start saying, oh, you want your mummy. And it's like, no. You and I both agree that people should not talk about their pets like they're their kids. It's so ick.
That's the ick.
Yes.
I agree with you.
And my mum is somebody, as we've mentioned many times, is into her dogs, right?
Mental.
But I don't think I've ever heard her talk about her dogs like they're her kids.
Your mum is on your mum straddles the fence of what I find annoying about dog people.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't... She loves dogs.
She loves dogs.
It's her thing. Fair dues.
But I don't think I've ever heard her go, oh, you know, you're my baby.
Yeah. He needs his mummy.
Come to mummy. No, I don't think. And I think if I heard her say it, I think I'd say, Mum. Like,
Couldn't be friends with them. I couldn't be around people like that. I don't like people talking like that about their kids. So people doing it about their pets.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So I think we need to bring in a weekly ick.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, it's difficult for me because
Just find people annoying.
yeah, but you, it's almost the opposite. You are mega annoying and do loads of really annoying stuff. But because I love you, I'm like, oh, that's cute.
As do we both, baby.
Oh, she's made me turn YouTube off again halfway through a video. That's cute.
You're being filmed.
Yeah, I know. I did it for the video.
I know.
Will that do us for today?
Quick review.
American Fiction.
Yep.
It's up for lots of Oscars. It won BAFTAs. It's very good.
Very good. Well
Jeffrey
acted.
Wright, I think he's called, the main guy.
Okay.
He played Felix Leiter in the James Bond films, the more recent ones with Daniel Craig. He's a very good actor. And it's about a black author who's a learned professor type.
Yeah.
And he writes books like that, but he can't make any money or get them published. So what he has to do is he has to write what
white people imagine.
So
of
basically
black people.
about black people growing up around guns and drugs
Yeah.
and one-parent families. And the poster's great because it's him dressed as a professor, and over the top of it, it's been drawn like rappers' chains and guns and rings and stuff. It's a very good book, and it ends again, leaves you asking a lot of questions at the end.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, really good.
Lovely film. It's really funny in parts. It's really satirical. It's brilliant.
And very quickly, Edgar Wright put up a post the other day, which we both saw, of a load of films that have been out the past year that were not nominated for any awards or for any major awards like BAFTAs, Oscars,
Yeah.
Golden Globes. So he's put this list up of films, and we've said we're going to work our way through these films. One of them on there was called Theatre Camp, and
Yes.
we thought this is one that Betsy will probably like. It was very light-hearted.
It's brilliant.
It's
It's
got-
almost done documentary style.
Yeah.
It's about a summer camp, but with proper theatre kids.
Betsy Pearl went to performing arts camp. Obviously, she's at performing arts school now. If your kid's into that, they'll love it.
But you know what? You don't need to be
You
into
don't
it
need
to love
to
it.
be.
It's really well done. The thing for me is I've worked on these American summer camps, so there was a lot of that for me. It really resonated in that way.
Yeah.
But I am a dad of performing arts kids now. I'm married to a performing arts.
Yeah, you're right. Even if you're not into it, this is what you imagine performing arts schools to be like. It is exactly that.
Spot on.
The guy that is in the lead is the guy that played Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah. Ben Platt, I think he's
Oh, is
called.
it? Well done.
But the lead woman, she wrote it.
Okay.
In fact, I think she
I-
wrote
I
it.
didn't-
I think she might have directed it as well.
I didn't know her.
And there's footage of them together when they're younger. It's definitely him. And I've been trying to find out if it's footage of both of them, like camcorder footage, because they're both performing arts kids.
And every single parent or, has got, or even you've got of your own, a video or photo of you on stage, whether you're dressed
Yeah.
as Joseph or whether you're, it's everybody's got that thing of being on stage at
Yeah.
some point at school.
Yeah,
so that's well worth a watch.
Theatre camp's good.
And I think pretty much for most age groups.
Yeah, I think so. What we'll do is I'll put links to everything we've talked about. I'm not going to put all the films because it's Edgar's post, but I'll put a link to Edgar's post in the description of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Stay in touch. Our email addresses for the podcast is in the description of the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. If you excuse me, I'm off outside for a piss. See you next time.
Bye.